everybody. This is Miami Sports Recap of the Week, episode 36. And as you guys can hear, I may have blew out my voice when I was at the Dolphin game today on this day of the recording. Right now, I am uploading that Miami vlog right now. So if you have seen it already, I don't need to explain to you much of what happened. If you haven't seen it, go watch it right now. It's amazing. But yeah, I hope you guys having a great day. And we're going to talk about the Marlins, the depressing notes of today's video. So first off, the Miami Marlins. Well, of course, the offense of that team is struggling still. And that's maybe the key factor of that team is the Marlins. The Marlins offense has been really derailed since the time that Jazz got hurt, and it proves it with the Phillies series because they almost swept us. You know, with Sosa homering to left, Brian Anderson was single to right center, which is a tied game. Bomb with a sacrifice fly to left, 2-1. Brian Anderson, and then the single to right, which will allow Bryce Harper to score on a walk-off. Jesus Luzardo actually did pretty okay. He only gave up 2 runs, and he pitched the 7 innings. The next game was another 1-run loss, so it seems to be the key factor with the run losses. And it was Trevor Rogers, of course. Joey Wendell grounded to fielder's choice, which allows 1-0 Miami, but Sosa homered to left. Sosa's red hot during that time period. Segura homered to left, which is a 1-run. The other home run was actually a 2-run. LeBlanc single to right, which is De La Cruz score. Sosa with double to left, which is 2-4, and then Jacob Stones with home run to left. And because of this, they have reached a franchise record. As far as I know, the franchise record, 9 straight losses. It got so bad to that point, Miguel Rojas himself was venting on Twitter, calling us, fake, and they understand the frustrations as much as we are, but that it kind of shows the worst in Marlins fans. They had enough. What they should do is get rid of. They should nuke, the coaching staff, and bring in better ones that could actually coach the Marlins offense and manage the team with the lineups, because they won't do it. Sandy Alcantara pitches next game, but the offense comes alive. They have hit the ball 12 times. Isan Diaz, not Isan, it was some other Diaz. Ledwin Diaz. Isan is traded somewhere, I'm assuming. Diaz would homer to the right. Gary Cooper would double to the left, 2-0. Iverson Garcia single to center, which is 3-0 Marlins. And then Philadelphia responds with the tie game with Mayton homering to right. Real Muto, former Marlin, grounded out to shortstop, which is Hoskins. Score. Stop with double to left, which would tie the game. That pissed me off, of course. And then Joey Wendell homer to right, which is a big crack. That's 4-3. And then Philadelphia would take the lead, and it was all thanks to Bleday error. That error was the reason that score happened. If it wasn't for that easy drop on outfield, that inning would have been over. But instead, that happened. But in the end, it didn't matter because at the top of the 9th inning, there was an error from Philadelphia, and it was Hoskins who threw an error, and that allowed De La Cruz to score, which would tie the game. And then BA would capitalize on it with a single to right, and then that is the ball game. That is the ball game there, 6-5. We finally broke the losing streak. We finally won the game. Then we move on to the Met game, which is surprisingly, they have hit the ball 10 times. And Edwin Cabrera was actually pretty good. The announcer jinx happened the other side. So the Mets were talking about Garrett Cooper saying that he's not a home run hitter, blah, blah, blah. And then saying that he had some kind of cursed values, and since July he has not hit anything. And then as soon as they said that, Garrett Cooper homered to center, which is a big hit. So that's 2-0 Miami. And then Brandon Nimmo was singled to deep center, which will allow Neto to score. Miguel Rojas would double to center. Nick Fortes would double to deep left. That would be 4-1. And at the top of the sixth, Cabrera made a mistake, and then Pete Alonso happened. He homered to left, which is a 2-run home run. And then things kind of get interesting at the end of the game. And then Charles LeBlanc would have a 2-run home run, and that would ultimately put the game away. It is 6-3 Miami, and that's the winner. I can't say it for the rest though. These games I did not watch, so I don't know the further detail of this, but I was actually in the plane. But this game, 11-3 Mets. Garrett Cooper would double to left, and then the rest would spin the Mets. McNeil, Escobar, McCann, Lindor, McNeil, Khan, and that's all. And that's most of it, if not all, in the fourth inning. Who was pitching that time? Pablo, damn. And then put the game away was Escobar, and then they tried to come back, but that didn't happen. 11-3 Mets. And then today, I was in a Dolphin game, so I don't know what happened. I couldn't just watch from my phone. It was hard. 9-3 this game. When the Mets will obviously win the series. Jesus Luzardo was not in his shape because he has given up a run or two, and how many runs did he go? Yeah, 5. He gave up 5 runs, and one of them was a home run, and that was Brandon Nimmo, which ultimately was started off 3-run home run, and then McNeil singles, and then Pete Alonso grounded to fielder's choice. BA will homer to center, but that didn't matter because Neto will respond immediately with a double. Anderson will homer to right. That's his second one of the game. And Escobar and Neto would also home run back to back. It seems as though every time we go on offense, they respond really quickly. That is the frustration of the pitching, and the more frustration happens with the offense. So it's really hard to really root for this team if the offense is simply just not there. It is awful what's happening with the Miami Marlins, and there's nothing we can do about it other than just wait for the next season, because Jazz Chisholm is out for the rest of the year because they don't want to rush him out of the rehab because he's just now rehabbing to get back to playing. All right. So, sorry. I was contemplating on who should be the winner of the week, and ultimately I came to this conclusion. So this game, Miami Hurricanes, the first half struggle happened. It was very interesting. So, first quarter, it was only the field goal by Andreas Borregales, 30-yard field goal in the first quarter. The defense was struggling big time in the first half because right away as we got to the second quarter, Jason Brownlee with a 32-yard pass from Zach Wick, would put Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles up front 7-3. But the defense was really off in the first half, and you would think Cristobal would have to discipline them real quick. Eventually, he did in halftime, because in the second half they played better than ever, but not before Henry Parrish Jr. He's a real deal. He had his hat trick on last week, and he scored another home run. He has 4 home runs already this season. 7-10 Miami Hurricanes. And third quarter, Teddy Franklin Jr. with a 7-yard run. And then Keyshawn Smith from a 35-yard pass from Tyler Van Dyke, 24-7. And then in the fourth quarter, it's 2 field goals by Andreas Borregales, and that's the final score, 30-7. We were ranked 15, but who knows what will be ranked for next week, because Texas A&M lost their game, and they were number 6 in the country. Florida Gators lost their game against Kentucky Wildcats. They were number 12. Notre Dame lost their game against Marshall. They were number 8. They were number 8. And then we have won our game. Alabama almost lost their game. So that's pretty much it. Really, that's pretty much it. So BYU also won against Baylor in second overtime. And Baylor was number 9. So a lot of shocking losses, shocking upsets here, especially with Marshall. I think either Marshall or Appalachian, I'm sorry if I get the name wrong, but I think the Texas A&M loss was actually much more, in fact, much more surprising, because number one, they are an SEC team. Number 2 was at home against an unranked Appalachian state. So, I don't know. I have no idea. And finally, we go to this masterpiece, Miami Dolphins 20-7. If you have watched that video, I don't need to explain much detail because it's already on YouTube. But all you gotta know, judging from my voice, I have blew off my voice with the excitement. Jason Sanders with a 43-yard field goal. Melvin Ingram, that was the guy who did that strip fumble and then takes it in. And then Jalen Waddle on the 4th down play from Tua to go into the end zone. And then the third quarter, it was Ty Montgomery, a former Packer. He was wide open. You saw it. And then the field goal happened, which it should have been a pass interference. It really should have been pass interference, but it is what it is. And then the defense was there at the end of the game. When they fumbled the ball, that was it. The New England Patriots fumbled the ball near their end zone, and it looked like it was incomplete, but actually when you looked at the replay, he took more than 2 steps when he had the ball, and he lost it. That's why it was a fumble. And it was a great game to watch, and it happened at Hard Rock Stadium, and I enjoyed every moment of it. I really did. I hope you guys enjoyed that video as well as you enjoyed this short video. I'm going to bed. So, yeah, folks, that's going to do it for this video. If you have enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content, because Miami TVG has your back. And when he does, he'll be right there with you for the entertainment you deserve. Miami TV signing off, folks. Good night, everybody.